Hi, I'm Paola of Paola Ponce Nails. Today I'm going to show you a very common problem that most nail technicians have, new or veterans, and that is mastering or troubleshooting the application of striping tape. Get started. So, striping tape usually comes in this circular round thing here, and it comes in different widths. I'm probably using the thinnest one. Now, where nail technicians run into problems is basically having the edge of the tape stick down and not come up, because even if a little smidget of it comes up, the client ends up picking at it, and after that it's like a nylon or a tear on the nylon. It's going to get bigger and it's really not going to have an end to it. So that means that the client is probably going to pick that whole nail art section off, or God forbid the whole nail, right? All right, so again, for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to stick to using leaf gel premium products, and I'm using this color here, number 436. It's a beautiful sort of teal kind of jade green, and I've already applied 2 coats of color, cure that, and I've also applied a coat of non-white top coat from the same brand, Leaf Gel Premium. And now what I'm going to do is actually remove the shine from this nail. So I'm going to take a gentle buffer. And you want to do this anytime you're applying any decals to the nail. So in this case, we are counting striping tape as a decal. And the reason for that is basically, if you've ever done work around the home, you would know that if you're going to apply a decal or anything on the wall or any of those command tape strips, you need to pretty much prime the wall before you can apply anything on it. So the same thing for this nail. You need to remove any moisture, any excess of oils or anything like that, and you do that with 90% alcohol. Now that you have a matte surface, now you can go ahead and apply your applique or your striping tape. Okay, so you'll also need a pair of tweezers because you want to nip it at the tail end there. I'm just gonna do a very simple design, sort of like a chevron or a triangular outline here. And you don't have to be exact with your cuts quite yet. Just lay them down for now. And then you'll come with your tweezers, or your nippers, and be exact with your cuts. Now, the reason why I decided to choose this pattern is because you're going to learn how to taper down those edges with gel. You're going to have edges at the end here. You're also going to have center edges, so kind of tricky. With gloves, and for me to work with gloves is like working restraint, so bear with me. I'm gonna first do my cut here. This is probably one of the most important ones because you want to make sure that they meet there perfectly. And now you're gonna do one here, and you always want to leave like a millimeter or 2 at the edge. You're not going all the way out here, and you're not going all the way in, just enough to be seamless, because you want to basically encase that edge and that tip. If you cut it right on the outline of the nail, then you're going to have problems encapsulating that edge, and that is one of the reasons why that edge will come up and lift. Okay, and it doesn't matter how thick you put that gel base over it. If you get a hold of a little tail of it sticking up, or your client does, the whole thing is gonna come off. So for some this might be very, very tedious, but it's such a very important step. Again, you want to be diligent here and thorough when you do this middle cut so it aligns perfectly. Yay, they did a decent job. So the beauty of striping tape is that you're able to create perfect linear designs without having to worry about a shaky hand or the lack thereof expertise in lines with liner brushes. So usually when clients want linear stuff, I always suggest striping tape because it's gonna get me out of any sort of trouble. All right, so the second thing you wanna do is push down or press down your tape when you're ready to encapsulate it. So if you're gonna do this on all 10 fingernails, obviously you start with one hand first, then the second hand, and then you're gonna come and encapsulate or seal this tape. All right, and you don't wanna do it with your fingertip, your natural fingertip, because it has oil. So I'm only doing this because I have gloves and I cannot transfer oils onto this nail right now. But you might wanna use a tool such as a dotting tool maybe to press down the tape. So when you're happy with that, you're going to take a base gel. If your nails are short, I would recommend just simply a coat of base gel. And if your nails are a little longer and your client needs that extra strength, I would definitely recommend the builder gel. All right, so now just to capture the edges, make sure that they're encased, I'm gonna use my Leaf Gel Premium Base Coat, which is the pot with the blue ribbon here. So I'm gonna take my oval brush from Leaf Gel Premium as well to take a very small amount of base gel. Now, I've already pressed it down, so I'm sure that they're down. And I'm gonna do this in 1, 2, and 3. Quickly bring your client into the lamp. Or in this case, we're just gonna do 10 seconds. So your client immediately quickly goes into the lamp. Quickly go into the lamp cure so that gel doesn't seep underneath. All right, so what I've done by doing that step of quickly popping my client in the lamp and just by dabbing the edges of that decal is basically I've ensured that those problematic edges are not gonna be a problem when my client leaves the salon. Now, we're not done. We still need to encase or seal the remaining part of this decal or striping tape. And again, we're gonna do this with either your choice of base gel or a stronger application would be a builder gel. If you're working with short nails, I would recommend a base gel. If you're working with longer nails, I would recommend a builder gel. In this case, it's a longer nail, so we're going to do the builder gel. Again, I'm using Leaf Gel Premium. This is their extension gel. I'm gonna clean my brush. I can use the same brush, so as long as it's cleaned. You can either do a dry wipe, just wiping your brush without any alcohol in it, or you can use a little bit of alcohol. Now, you wanna make sure that this whole pattern is encapsulated. Now, I don't want gel to seep underneath the rest of the decal, so what I'm going to do is I'm gonna apply my product first in the areas where there is none of this decal. This is also going to help my gel to self-level, giving me a beautiful application and finished look. When this happens, you more than likely will not have to buff and you can move right into your top coat, again, saving you time and just getting through your nail art quicker and being able to charge more. All right. So now I've applied it in areas where I don't have decal, so up here and down here. And now I'm taking a more generous amount of gel, kind of to cover the whole nail. And I'm gonna start at the cuticle area and just outline my cuticle area. And then quickly press down and down and down and down again, and one more time. Okay, now when you are happy with this smooth self-leveling, always pay attention to the reflection of the light. That is going to let you know whether your application is smooth and basically no need to buff. And if that's the case, you will be able to move right into your top coat. This looks to be the case. So now I'm gonna pop my client into the lamp, and she's gonna be in there for 30 seconds in my LED light. And because I applied the builder gel, remember that there might be a heat spike, so you might want to flash cure before you do a full cure. And a flash cure would mean anywhere from 2 to 5 seconds, your client will go into the lamp and bring the nail out. I find that usually for me, flash curing is about 3 seconds at most. But this application was relatively thin, so it shouldn't be terribly hot. But then again, I always do that. All right, cover all of your product material. Now we are just gonna move into our top coat because we did have a very smooth, seamless application of our builder gel. All right, she's gonna come out, and there you have it. She's fully encapsulated. You've ensured that all ends of this tape are gonna stick down, and when your client leaves the salon, they are not gonna stick up. Take your non-wipe top coat and apply a generous amount. And as usual, per my recommendation and many of the manufacturer's recommendation, cure your non-wipe top coat for a full 60 seconds. Let it self-level for just a tiny bit. Top coats don't really need much self-leveling because they're very, very thin anyways. And you'll go in there. You will cure twice in your LED light. 60 seconds. This is a 30-second cure, so I'll do that twice. And that will be all. Thank you for watching my video on troubleshooting striping tape. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.